Get report in JMeter. Now we are focusing on get report. Get report. A report is a document that presents information in an organized format for a specific audience and purpose. Although summaries of reports may be delivered orally, complete reports are almost always in the form of written documents. As an example, we can consider this one report providing metrics. This is generated through a dashboard generator. The dashboard generator is a modular extension of JMeter. Its default behavior is to read and process samples from CSV files to generate HTML files containing graph views. It can generate the report at the end of load test or on demand. Here application performance index table that computes for every transaction in the APDX based on configuration values. For tolerated and satisfied thresholds. Here request summary graph showing the success and failed requests. Here transaction control sample results are not taken into account percentage. Here you can see a generation from an existing sample CSV log file dashboard generator. The dashboard generator is a module extension of JMeter. Its default behavior is to read and process samples from CSV files to generate HTML files containing graph views. It can generate the report at the end of load test or on demand. As example 2, we can consider this command. This is generation after load test. Here -n run JMeter in non-GUI mode. Here -t the JMeter test.jmx file to run. -t capital last will load last used file. -l and the argument the file to log samples to. dash E generate report dashboard after load test. Dash O report output folder. Here you can see HTML report dialog menu. With dashboard generator. You can generate HTML report using menu item tools, then generate HTML report. Here the result file CSV or JTL, the CSV output of a test run. This is a required parameter, and the attribute user.properties file. The user.properties file used to run the load test. This is a required parameter. And output directory, the directory where you want the report to be created must be empty. And if no output directory is defined, the controller will use JMeter home /bin /report-output. You then only have to click the generate report button and wait for an information dialog to appear. If the report generation takes more than 2 minutes, adjust the property generate underscore report underscore UI dot generation underscore timeout. As an example we can consider package org.apache.jmeter.report.co. This package contains the components used for passing the load test results and writing the computed results. Here you can see all classes and interfaces. Here the abstract sample writer, the base class for implementing the sample writer, controller sample predicate. This class the class controller sample predicate provides a way to define whether a sample is a controller. Converters, this class converts provides provides converters to of string. Convert exception, this class convert exception provides an exception when convert string method dot execute fails. CSV file represent a CSV file. CSV sample reader class for reading CSV file. CSV sample writer, this class is used to write samples to a CSV destination, output stream writer or a file. Data context, this class, the class data context provide the map to store data for reporting generation. JSON util, this class the class JSON util provides the helper functions to generate JSON. Sample represent a sample read from a CSV source. Sample builder, this class is meant to simplify the building samples. Sample comparator, define the comparator for sample instances. Sample exception, thrown when some sample processing occurred. Sample metadata, describe the sample structure by holding sample column names and their matching indexes. Sample metadata parser, simple parser to get a sample metadata instance. Sample predicate, interface sample predicate represent a predicate to apply to a sample. Sample selector, T selection, type parameter T selection. The interface sample selector represent a type projection from a sample. Sample writer, describe the sample writer basic operations. Basically, a sample writer is able to write samples to an unknown destination and close it. String converter, type parameter dtest. The interface string converter represent a converter from a string to another type. Time helper, this class, the class time helper provides a helper function to easy time display. Now we are considering response time distribution includes transaction controller sample results in generating report dashboard. Now we are considering filtering configuration in requirements in configure and dashboard generation. In the example here, you must only modify the search or order, keep the rest. To ensure you set property JMeter.reportGenerator.exporter.html.series_filter to keep only transactions you want in the report. If you don't want everything in here, you must only modify a search or order, keep the rest. Now we are considering generation from an existing CSV log file, existing sample CSV log file in generating reports. Use the following command here. Now we are considering default graphs. Here we are considering active thread graph consumer. This graph represents a number of active threads over time. This is an example default graph, and supports controller discrimination is false. Now we are considering generating custom graphs over time. They must use the ID prefixed custom underscore. You can graph any sample variable in any sample variable in CSV over time. You can customize your graph by setting their properties in the user.properties file. They must use the ID prefix custom underscore. To specify that this graph is a customized one, you can use here. Here is an example of custom graph configured that graphs variables ts dash hit. As an exception example, we can consider this one. The class generation exception. The class generation exception provides an exception when report generation fails. This is in package org.apache.jmeter.report.dashboard. Error generating the report org.apache.jmeter.report.dashboard.generation exception cannot assign jmeter.report_generator.apd_ex_satisfied_threshold to property set_satisfied_threshold map dash set satisfied threshold. Skip it facing same error after setting the threshold as well.